Hello, ladies and gentlemen, everybody out in Maryland's beautiful 8th Congressional District, all our friends in the 8th and beyond in Maryland and across the country. It's Congressman Jamie Raskin coming at you this Friday, March the 10th, for my favorite time of the week, Local Hero, when we get to toast and celebrate the people who are making life wonderful and increasingly wonderful in Maryland's 8th District. This is National Disabilities Awareness Month. And we wanted to kick it off by honoring a real local hero, the state delegate, Aaron Kaufman, who is a native son, not just of Maryland, but of Montgomery County, a graduate of Montgomery County Public Schools, a graduate of Montgomery College, graduate of the University of Maryland, where he got his BA in American Studies and won the award for having the highest GPA in the entire college. And he's made his career in public life, fighting for the rights of people with disabilities, working with the ARC of Montgomery, teaching in the Project Search program of the Ivy Mountain School, teaching young people with developmental disabilities job skills and how to find jobs. So a lifelong, passionate Marylander who's devoted himself to the cause of disabilities and was elected just recently to join the Maryland House of Delegates, where he continues to be involved in a full range of legislative activities fighting for our people. Aaron, for all of your great hard work on behalf of the disabilities rights community and on behalf of your own leadership, and overcoming a lot of adversity and a lot of health challenges, we're saluting you as our local hero this week.
Well, thank you, Jamie. Congressman Raskin, I'm very honored because to me, you are one of our national heroes. So to be a local hero in your book is quite an honor.
Well, it's kind of you to say that. I am really proud of everything that you've done. And you're a great example of somebody who gets into the legislature really knowing the entire fabric of our community. You actually worked in Annapolis. I remember when you went to work for our beloved delegate Sheila Hickson when she was chair of the Ways and Means Committee. I know you've also worked on Capitol Hill for then Congressman Chris Van Hollen, one of my predecessors in office from the 8th District. So you know the governmental scene and the public policy. And I just wonder if you would start by talking about how having worked in so many community institutions has informed your work as a legislator.
Well, it was through our dear late friend Sheila Hickson that I saw the good that state delegates and state senators could do, in that it's very different than Congress, in that members of the Democratic and Republican parties get along and they work together and we pass Republican bills. And that's why when you were in Congress, in the state Senate, you worked with Senator Huff and then Senator Brinkley on critical issues. And I like the state level because it's functional. And I, having worked here before and been an advocate, paid lobbyist here for the ARC of Maryland back in the day, I was able to hit the ground running because I had many existing relationships and I knew how this place worked. And so I was able to, I think, leverage that experience to quickly benefit my 135,000 constituents.
Yeah. So well, give us a sense of some of the work that you're doing right now. I understand you've introduced legislation or are championing some changes related to SNAP benefits for college students in the state. Is that right?
Yes, because as you recall, as part of the public health emergency and the Consolidated Appropriations Act, there were enhanced SNAP benefits for college students, and it made it easier to that meant fewer college students went hungry. Well, President Biden has decided to end the public health emergency on May 11th, and that's fine. We knew it wasn't going to last forever, but I am trying to make the members of to make the temporary enhancements to the SNAP program for college students permanent. So if you'd like to learn more about it, you can go to the Maryland General Assembly website and type in HB 452.
Yeah, and just to say one more word about that, that's because there are a lot of college students in our state who are finding it basically hard to make ends meet and are sometimes skipping meals because they just can't afford it, right?
Absolutely. Yes. And that affects academic performance because people who are food insecure are less likely to graduate and less likely to get an advanced degree, more likely to drop out. And so, and they experience higher levels of anxiety and depression and loneliness. So it's a real problem. And just because the public health emergency is ending on May 11th doesn't mean that food security ends, obviously. So if it doesn't pass, there's going to be a real hunger cliff for college students all across the state.
Well, I know a lot of the anti-hunger groups and the pro-food security groups are very excited about your legislation. So thank you for what you're doing on that. Let's see. I believe, but I might be wrong. Are you the only member of the House of Delegates who presently is using a wheelchair?
Well, I use a walker, and there is one other delegate that I don't want to name for privacy reasons. They use a walker too. But
Yeah.
what I will say is that I am the first person, as far as I know, that was born with a disability to serve in the House of Delegates. My dear colleague was born able-bodied, but recently has needed a walker. But I'm the first person with a permanent disability to have been elected, and I know I'm the first person with cerebral palsy.
Gotcha. And but I'm wondering how accessible Annapolis is for you, how you're able to navigate, the different hearing rooms and the floor and so on. And
Well, I want to really compliment Speaker Jones and Jeremy Baker, her chief of staff, because they've been phenomenal, and they made a whole host of changes to the physical plant and provided me a wide array of accommodations, in terms of a wider door, in terms of a bigger office, in terms of motion sensors on doors. So I could just wave my hand instead of having to open the doors. So I really want to thank Speaker Jones and Jeremy Baker and Morgan Streeter, her chief of staff, and Morgan Streeter, the House administrator, because they had to do a lot of work to get ready for me, but they had such a positive attitude about it.
well, that's awesome. And it doesn't surprise me to know that, Maryland is a state which not only in theory welcomes people from every aspect of our community, but actually, engages in the effort to make it real. So, Aaron, look, you've done such great things for people in the disability community, for the great groups that we've got, for the schools that we have, and you've become such a role model for so many people. And so we want to salute you for your passionate leadership and your passionate advocacy. And I want to give you the chance to have the last word about what this month means and what people should be thinking about.
Well, we still have so far to go with almost 33 years after the passage of the ADA. And I think the biggest barrier is not stairs, but the biggest barrier is attitudinal barriers. People are always saying why they can't accommodate, or they seem skittish around me. But so I would just implore your viewers and listeners to fight attitudinal barriers, to rededicate themselves to doing that. And I just want to say that, having a disability can be frustrating and depressing, but my disability advocacy has given my life a purpose. So, it's nice of you to honor me, but my disability has given me a mission. So thank you, Congressman.
Well, what a beautiful thing to say. And my viewers and listeners, as you put it, are just our constituents, the ones that we share in District 18 and all over Montgomery County that I represent. And I know I speak for everybody in saying we support you and we encourage you in the work that you're doing, and give them hell. and best of luck in all of your projects.
Well, thank you. And not only to your Montgomery County constituents, but greetings to your Prince George's County constituents as well.
Right you are. I have 18 constituents in Prince George's County, and I don't want to forget them.
18 special people, though.
Very special. You're special too, Aaron Kaufman. Thank you so much for being our local hero, and we look forward to working with you on many great battles ahead.
Thank you, Congressman.